I'm Laura Ingraham, reporting tonight for Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us. How the left-wing smear machine is using Meghan McCain to demonize conservatives. That's the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Meghan McCain only became a Republican on Father's Day, but she's now the darling of the left ever since she became a willing accomplice in their attacks against the right. In an online column, she slammed Ann Coulter, which instantly won her a guest spot on MSNBC. On air, Ms. McCain advised the GOP that in order to grow, it needed to become more moderate. Excuse me, didn't Republicans just lose an election after nominating the poster boy of moderation? How could anyone, least of all Ms. McCain, make the case that what we need now is someone even more moderate than her father? But she never makes the case. She only deals in vague generalities. So, on my radio show last Thursday, we played snippets of Ms. McCain's appearance on The Rachel Maddow Show, interspersed with my satirical impression of Ms. McCain.
The Republican Party is split into two halves of where they think the Republican Party should go. There are people that think we should go back to our conservative roots, become extreme conservative. Mike Huckabee says that quite often. And there are people like me that think we need to be more moderate and reach out to people.
Totally rad. I love what you're saying.
And I think there's extreme on both parties, and I hate extreme. I don't understand. I have friends that are the most radically conservative and radically liberal people possibly ever, and we all get along. We can find a middle ground.
Okay, I was really hoping that I was going to get that role in the real world, but then I realized that, well, they don't like plus-size models. They only like the women who look a certain way. And on this 50th anniversary of Barbie, I really have something to say.
Let the record show. I never called Meghan McCain fat. She isn't. And as I have repeatedly said on my radio show and on Fox, she is an attractive young woman. If that throwaway comic line highlighted anything, it was Hollywood's obsession with stick figure women, something I have railed against on my own show for years. To suggest that I judge the merit of a political argument based on physical appearance is patently absurd. This contrived flap isn't about me or Ms. McCain. It's just another left-wing attempt to silence any criticism of the liberal agenda. In recent weeks, they've tried to demonize Rush Limbaugh, Rick Santelli, Jim Cramer, Ann Coulter, and now me. I guess that's easier than defending failed policies and stale ideas, though. Every day, left-wing groups scour conservative media for snippets to take out of context, which they then disseminate to create a diversion. That's what happened here. They don't want to focus on the fact that this administration is driving us off a debt cliff. They don't want you to focus on the fact that America's enemies are suddenly emboldened. So they gin up a phony controversy about a supposed GOP catfight to distract you from the truth. And as for the left's demand for a more civil dialogue, please, if you're in their club, you can call Rush a fat idiot. You can call Sarah Palin a trailer trash Christianista. You can even make a reference to Jessica Simpson's weight battle, as President Obama did before the Super Bowl, without a peep of indignation from the left. Now, a programming note. On my radio show tomorrow, I'll continue to vigorously challenge the left-wing agenda with a healthy dose of humor. And you're likely to hear me defend free market principles in one segment and impersonate everyone from Barney Frank to Nancy Pelosi in the next. The Obama attack dogs can twist my words, engage in emotional exploitation, and distort my intentions. But they will never, ever silence me. And that's the memo. We'll have more on this later in the broadcast. The left-wing smear machine strikes again, and this time, yours truly is the target. Now, we told you in the Talking Points memo, after a satirical bit on my radio show about Meghan McCain, the far left has gone on the attack. Is this an attempt to demonize and marginalize critics of the Obama administration?
Look, I've been studying this. When Obama has a bad day, somebody else has a worse day. It's just, you know, whenever he gets in trouble, they either roll out Bush and flog him, or roll out Rush and flog him, or roll out Michael Steele and flog him, and then you got in the rollout. So all this is the politics of distraction. Let's find something else we can talk about, because we don't want to talk about all the other stuff that Obama's up to his eyebrows.
You've known me for years. You know that my radio show is about differences of political opinion.
Let me say one thing.
But
What
Julie,
I think is very...
If you're upset with, why did you ever criticize the people that called Rush a big fat idiot?
It's a different issue. Let me tell you why it's a different issue. For women in politics, there's a big barrier to women entering politics. It's why the United States ranks 70th in the world in terms of women. It's nothing to do with distraction. It has to do with trying to create positive role models for women and not going below the belt.
Nobody said she's fat. This is preposterous.
Plus size means fat. That's what it means.
It is. Do you say then that damsel in distress is what you need to call when someone has an offhand comment in a 5-minute riff about somebody's lack of experience and being taken
that you
seriously?
Called her plus size. You can say it was
I was doing an impersonation, and people might not think it's funny, but what I think is rich here is that the same people who write into websites like Think Progress, I hope Ingram gets a plus-size tumor recurrence. I am a cancer survivor. What an ugly, disgusting excuse for a human.
And those
Laura Ingram's daughter, maybe she'll going after a 3.5-year-old daughter.
Too. Those are equally despicable.
Okay, I didn't do that.
Those are despicable comments as well, and that's the thing. There's extremists on the right and on the left.
This is ridiculous.
You got to get used to it. This is going to happen over and over.
No, I do, but
Obama's going to have trouble, and they're going to be looking around. Who else can we go after? If you say plus size, you're going to get it. If Rush Limbaugh gives a speech, he's going to get it. If Michael Steele gets a gym, he's going to get it.
Listen, women can do much better than that. The idea of women fighting and a cat fight, it's bad for women in general.
What substantive argument has she made that I should rebut? What substantive argument?
She talked about the Republican Party being too extremist. She said that in culture is basically too extremist. If you had gone back and said, no, she's not too extremist, you decide to do the comedic riff. It just changes the topic.
Every part of a 3-hour radio show is not an essay. Some of it's humorous. Some of it's entertaining.
I just don't think the plus-size comment is funny.
Should I not do an impersonation of Nancy Pelosi? Is that allowed?
It's the comments about someone's weight that is the issue,
so
because it's
you can
below
never,
the belt and it's degrading to women.
Okay, so Rush Limbaugh is a big fat idiot is fine because he's a man and he's a conservative. Isn't that right?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I think when people make personal pejorative attacks,
how about George Bush is a
stupid.
George Bush is a stupid frat boy. That's basically the Will Ferrell show on Broadway. Is that okay?
Listen, when people have to make pejorative personal attacks, they can't attack on the substance. It's much stronger. You're a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. To attack on the substance is much better than to do
that for most of my radio shows.
The left doesn't feel bad about calling him the idiot in chief or big fat whatever.
It's selective moral indignation. People know what it is. They're smart enough.
Fox News Politics. Aggressive, determined, and covering D.C. the way you want it. Fair and balanced. Fox News Daytime. Working harder, digging deeper, and pushing the limit. Fair and balanced. Fox News Primetime. The most watched, the most trusted, bringing you all sides of the issues so you can decide. Fair and balanced. There's a reason we're #1. Fox News Channel is the only place that's fair and balanced.